Are we live? We're live. Nice. Hello, hello. Anybody here? Not that. This. Nice. We're getting there. Bear with me a minute here. I've got to make some adjustments. We're gonna tint a car in just a minute. Hello, hello. I'm just doing some things real quick. We'll get started here in just a few. We're doing Superior Charcoal, 15% on the rear doors and the back glass, and we're going to do Superior Charcoal 35% on the two front doors. Tint Depot Superior Charcoal, fire, my go-to. Dang, I don't know how to set the thumbnail. Who might get to that? So, want some of that 2%. It is dark. Just so I said it, make sure to follow state laws. You don't want any problems with it. It is dark. Greetings from Argentina. Hello, Jose. Welcome, welcome. Greetings from Gainesville, Georgia. Zach in the house. Nice. That's always a fun time. We're going to see how well this stream goes. We're on the professional channel, Tint Depot. We'll get it going. Just giving some chance for people to jump in. We got a 2020 super clean, just brought it from the dealer. Still has dealer tags on it. I even had to take the window stickers out of it. So super clean, shouldn't be too bad. Windows look in good shape, so should be kind of a in and out sort of thing. I say that and oh, there's all kinds of things that could go wrong, but day in the life, right? For real? I'm hoping that if somebody comments or chats over there that it'll come over here to read it in my ear, because this is the first time I'm doing it on Facebook. So kind of messed up the settings when I first did it. Thought I wasn't going to be able to go live, and yikes. There's a whole lot of button pressing behind the scenes, folks. A whole lot. What? Genius of tinting of vehicles, thank you. Where am I located? I'm out here in the sunny Gainesville, Georgia, just north of Florida. Didn't tell you, I don't know why. This is crazy. Hey, people on Facebook. Super happy you got it. You're here, but I don't know why. I don't know how. The chat is not converting over to my chat account. So I guess I'll leave this window open and check it periodically. We're getting there, we're getting there. Let me handle my Facebook peeps. So what I typed on Facebook, hey Quentin, how am I doing? I'm doing well, man. Chat's not reading over to in my ear, and it's kind of aggravating. I don't know why, but when I type something, I see you, Josh. Welcome, welcome. You, Zach. Always a good time. No, I think it's the same thing where like I use Restream, and I don't know. There's probably some kind of like link or something. No, I didn't want to do that, did I? It's my first time ever joining live video. Nice shot. Thank you very much. Put a lot of work into this so that we can do this. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Trying to figure out. Jordan had that problem. Yeah, he was putting up a link on one of his I was watching that you clicked on to authorize Restream to read your Facebook comment on Restream so that I can hear it. No, my Facebook's public, as far as I know. I don't know how to change that. I don't know how to. Dang, always got to be something, right? There's like no settings. I wonder, hang on. Let me try something. Somebody type something in the Facebook comments. something. Literally. Still didn't work. Oh no. Let's see. The streaming God himself. Hang on. I'm going to share a link here in a second. We'll just have to do it that way. T-Town, what's up? I'm just dealing with, hello, my dear. I'm just dealing with some technical difficulties as usual. Dang, Jordan. Pile of here's the link, I think, to I guess anyone on Facebook. You'll have to click that link and authorize Restream to tell me what you say here. If not, I won't be able to hear you, but I'll just have to check it periodically. So that's all I can do. I'll keep trying to figure it out. There must be a way that when I go live, it will, Stella, hey, I haven't seen you in forever. Now we're gonna be doing some lives on my personal Facebook, so a lot of my family and friends that's known me for years are going to see me in all my glory. Did that work, Jordan? I assume you clicked the link. No, Jordan. Come on, man. No, bro. Two rolls of ceramic IR and a bunch of tools coming from Tint Depot tomorrow. You're excited? Man. Cole, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. One thing to note on ceramic IR, it does not take much soap for your slip. So I don't know if you've used other films or what have you, but do not put too much soap in the slip. But it tacks up fantastically and bonds really well, shrinks really well, looks awesome. I think you'll like it, for sure. Megan, gonna have to bring your car again, ready for front window. Yeah, let me know. We'll live stream it. All right, I don't know how to get the Facebook comments to work. I know when I type in the Facebook comments, it's working for me, but that's probably because my Restream's open and I'm logged into it and all that good stuff. I don't know. I don't know how to get it to work. Jaybird, another stream. Might stream tomorrow. I got a couple of Jags tomorrow. but I've got a really packed schedule, and this takes a lot of time to do this. So if I can throw on the headgear and go live, we're gonna go that route. Rick, thanks, buddy. Stretching it out there, going deeper and deeper. I appreciate you. Thanks for the support. I'm having technical difficulties. Everybody on Facebook, I'm sorry. It's not reading your, when somebody types on YouTube, it reads in my ears so I can keep working, and I know when somebody types something, but Facebook's not working. So if you post on Facebook, I'll just have to keep checking it periodically, and I'll get to you. Maybe next stream I'll have this worked out better, but at least we're streaming in both. Thanks, Rick. Much love, man. Thank you. I'm gonna throw on my spaceship headgear. Oh yeah. I mean, at that point, Jay, 1% or spray paint? Paint it, I guess, my guy. This thing's uncomfortable. Okay, shall we get started? Facebook, love y'all. If you comment, I will try to get to it, but I'm gonna drop a link to our YouTube. So if you wanna be heard, you got questions, don't wanna accidentally get skipped, where's the share link? Messing around. Right. Hang in there, almost there. Go, buddy. Okay, Facebook peeps. This is the link to the actual YouTube, streaming on YouTube and Facebook. So if you want to comment and be heard, I would suggest go to the YouTube, because my Facebook comments aren't working. Otherwise, I'll just keep checking the chat on Facebook. Jaybird, I want to see how those stores fit. Do you ever have to hand cut? Once in a while. It's rare though. I've done one of these before. The top edges are really nice on these, so we're not going to hand cut if we don't have to on this one. How much? All right, let's get started. Okay, peeps, okay. Oh. See how much I do this? I always forget to change the screen. Bam. Now we're in it. Now let's get started. So, we got us a really clean 2020 Kia Optima that we're going to install Tint Depot's Superior Charcoal 15% on the whole back half of the car, including the rear doors, and 35% on the front two doors. I'm just going to clean the exterior of the glass so it doesn't damage the new film. This headgear is weird. It's going to take some getting used to. Clean the grit off the back glass. Zach, you still working? Yes. Question on the dryer sheets. Yes. Absolutely do. I used to use baby powder years and years ago. That's how I learned how to shrink, actually. Switched to dryer sheets and never looked back. So I wet the dryer sheet, spritz the glass, a little spritz. The big blue squeegee, where'd I get it from? I believe I got that at the dollar store, probably. Or, I mean, you can get them at Walmart, you can get them at Home Depot. They're shower squeegees. Yes, used baby powder and hated the dust, exactly. You'd get, once in a while, you'd get kind of a little, I would, on some of my installs, I'd get like a little bit of peppering from the baby powder after I did a wet check, and then, I don't know, it was weird. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was from Dollar Tree. Just a shower squeegee. I like DSP. I've used DSP. I keep setting the bag down, and it's been missing now for, I don't know, months. Guess I need to tear the shop apart and try to find it. Little dots on the outside. Yeah, it was just weird. Uh-oh, I need my rags. T-Towns, what you working on? Do all the doors fit in the plotter cutting software? It's about 95% probably. I'm happy with it. I've done one of these with the software before already, and it lines up really well, so this one I'm not worried about. All right, car's wiped down. Let's cut some tint. How do back windows fit? I had one incident that my machine was calibrated wrong. I thought it was the software, and it was cutting my back windows short, the very back glass. And turned out my plotter calibration was wrong. But other than that, I haven't had a single back window not fit. Locked and loaded. T-Town, watching you and Rick working on sending out invoices for the t-shirt company. I gotta check out your t-shirts, my guy. Did a small flat glass job this morning, taking the rest of the weekend off. Man, do it. Enjoy. I got a big day tomorrow. I'm gonna try to go live, but we'll see. It's cram day. I might not get out of here before dark, but okay, this is film cut. I think some of you's already pretty familiar with this, but it's super easy, super clean layout. Tint 2020 Kia Optima. Front doors. Give me a blade and a squeegee. And we'll get these cutting. How did the calibration throw it off? So these machines have an internal calibration that are set from the distributor. And mine was one of the first machines, and the calibration on it was a little bit off, just a tiny bit. Tiny bit. But they got me fixed up, and it hasn't been a single issue since. I mean, it's spot on. Back windows are at about 1/8 over. Sometimes might bump the 1/4 inch, maybe top or bottom, but typically no issues on back windows for sure. Changed my tape. I had Teflon on it, and my cuts were a little weird, so quarters fit great. Yes, they do. They do. I mean, pattern sizing is great. With film cut, I have no issues. If there was anything that can be improved, I might think, you know, some of the frameless doors are a little weird, so I'll sometimes cut frameless doors, but then like on a Challenger, they line up dang near perfect. Let's see if this is gonna peel for me after changing that tape. Beautiful. So now I'm weeding, you guys know. Weeding the extra away. Oh no. We gotta adjust it. Gorilla tape and slip tape. I have the slip tape down. I bought some Gorilla tape this morning and actually meant to install it, and just straight up forgot. It's funny story. So I like the yellow painter's tape, and when I was at Home Depot, I picked up a roll of yellow painter's tape, and I'm feeling it, and it feels kind of like nylon, and I get here and I'm reading it, and it's exterior waterproof painter's tape, so it felt really weird, but I slapped it on anyways, figured I'd give it a try. It's doing okay. We'll see. Had a little hiccup right here on this top edge, but peeled away. Probably just take the notch up one, force up one, take it from there. I have yet to change one of mine. And it's, you know, obviously cut hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of patterns. So, I don't know, but from all my research and where am I going? Still get nervous being live, good Lord. They should last months, just keeping them clean. And adjusted properly. No. Have I always used a plotter? No. I hand cut for about 15 years. I just got the plotter about mid last year, maybe April last year, and been using it since. I mean, I was against them at first, but hey, they're not perfect. They never will be, but they're efficient. They really help you kind of move forward. I'm not going to say they're faster in every job. That's not the case. They can be. Especially if you got two people. One's running a plotter. One's prepping the car. Man. People don't look at top edges, man. That's the argument of the year. I can see it both ways. I can see, you know, the argument both ways. I agree with that statement, but you know, you don't want some like big old stupid quarter-inch gap. That would be weird. Nothing perfect. Exactly right. Is that an MC Hammer Blades? MC Hammer Blades? What? 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 I'll do these. Look at it, 15%. Color on this. T-Town, yes. A plotter could make or break a top edge, absolutely. Tracking on the machine can obviously mess it up. So yeah, there's a lot of different variables, I think. I don't always think that it's just the software. Yes, it does. Smooth running machine. The squeegee, the MC Hammer squeegee. Which one? This one? You're not making fun of my squeegee, are you? There's always a start and stop point that's kind of irritating. Like that, but I mean, it's not gonna make or break me. Like that. Oh, I forgot to adjust that. Hey, you got 3 tinners. I mean, dude, you can blow a car out pretty quick. Oh man. The Workhorse is better. No, it has 5. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yeah, Sharpie's a good way. I haven't even tried it. I've never tried a Sharpie. You believe that? When you're just cutting liner, your blade wants to walk all over the place. Maybe you look like you've never used a blade before. This is my first time with a knife. The yellow one? That one? This one? That's the yellow turbo. What's my take on hourly wage versus commission? Personally, if I was working for someone, I want commission. This one messed up. I gotta adjust my blade force. Oh, I did. That's good. Yeah, now it's messing with me. There we go. The film right here is Tint Depot's Superior Charcoal, 15%. I absolutely love the 15%. So you pull 40 hours a week and do 3 jobs a day. Hey, I mean, if you're getting paid high hourly, why not, right? Is that a 1-ply or 2-ply? This is a 2-ply, 1.5 mil film. Buy us dinner when you sell a ceramic 3. Look at them little guys. Look at that. What's my take on heat shrinking all the windows? I set up everything on the car, and I grab my heat gun once. And that's just my preference. That's how I do it. I feel like it's a little bit more efficient for me. I know guys that literally tint one window at a time, start to finish. I don't know, honestly couldn't tell you what's faster. If it is faster, or if it's not, or it doesn't matter, I don't know. Oh yeah, if you're asking about just heating them in general, I shrink everything, but the like small little quarters like these, no, I wouldn't do those. I don't know that does it depend on the film? I don't know that it depends on the film. I know if you're a bottom loader, I see a lot of bottom loaders that just slap the film in because you know you can get your harder squeegee down in it and really push the film down and lock it in place. Whereas if, like me, if you're a two-stager or a top loader, you know, and it drops below that gasket, you're only, you're hard carding it at that point. So I think definitely, two-stagers shrink it. Literally doesn't take that much time at all. We'll see. This is my routine. I sometimes will move a little faster, but does the film cut software offer windshields? So that's something they're working on. Some of the newer cars, F-150s, some of the BMWs, Toyotas, they have the windshields and sun strips, so they're actively adding that. But not all cars have them, so there's not very many windshields. But just keep in mind, windshields are usually hit or miss with any software because sometimes, I don't know if it's the tolerances in the manufacturing or if it's because sometimes the patterns are from aftermarket windshields, which are usually not all that great. And they don't line up to the factory ones, so you end up with windshields that are either way too big, too small, the center cutout doesn't line up. So it's just kind of known in the tint industry. You just cut your windshields. MacTac. Yeah, case in point. Right. Don't trust windshields. I mean, unless they're getting factory patterns, like Film Cut gets factory patterns because they're literally the ones, a new car comes out, they're running to the dealership, they're getting it, they're bringing it back to their facility, and they're hand cutting the patterns, and when they're happy with them, they load them. Baby shampoo and Dawn is what I have in my tank. I don't really measure because I got this 1 ounce pump. So each full up and down is 1 ounce, and I use 2 ounces of baby shampoo to each gallon of water. How do I get that job, right? I mean, they do it for PPF. They'll bring in a car and they have a technician. lays the PPF out, he'll trim it just right, and when they're all happy with that pattern, man, they rock it. They put it in the system and it's available to the public. So windshields, I haven't had to cut one on it yet, but windshields, I'm going to cut one the second I have a chance on a car. It'll be interesting, as long as it's a factory windshield. It'll be interesting to see how well it lines up. So, whole car is laid out. I've squeegeed my windows to where the fingers are at the bottom, and I just usually quickly pop a little pocket shrink on whatever fingers are there, the larger ones, and then snap the bottom, curl it so it's nice and tight on the bottom, just like that. So literally the time it took me to do that just ensures that when I go inside with this pattern, we're golden. I don't have to fight fingers. Nice tight curl on the bottom. Pocket shrink a couple of fingers, any of the bigger ones, pop it up with my thumb, snap the bottom, nice little curl, tighten it up, ready. Pocket shrink. Snap it. Tighten it up. And get to the back window. Anyone on Facebook, I'm sorry if you've been typing, I haven't seen it. I wish it would read into my ear. Does the airflow question, does airflow, I might have to read it to help me better understand what we're asking there. Advice for tinting, you're at the right place. A lot of good content on it. Get you some tools, tintdepot.com, get you some film. Make sure you take a chill pill and sit back, relax, and understand it's not going to come right off the rip. It takes time and patience. But once you have it, it's rewarding. Let's see, what did that say? Question, does airflow affect outside shrinking? Go into a little more detail on that. Are you talking about like outside? Oh, does the airflow? Yeah. Always on high, my guy. You control it with distance. So right here, the film's shrinking, but it's really slow. So as I get a little closer, I'm kind of using the distance to stop the shrink. And then I see how I'm getting close, it shrinks, and then back up. That's my method, that's how I rock and roll it. May not be the way you roll, but I just get a little close, watch it shrink, pull it away. I pop the corners too, because you get the little, you can't shrink to the side, obviously. So it'll kind of reorganize the film. I'll kind of pop it down and then shrink whatever pops up, like that corner. And then push it out. And then whatever else might pop up in the meantime. But yeah, high. Keep your heat gun on high. And just control the heat with the distance. Out in the elements outside? Yes. Told this guy would take these stickers off. Wish they'd have done that already, but having so much technical difficulties. Stupid streaming. So now the whole car's shrunk. Everything's ready to install. It's a matter of just prep and install. Might be a little touch up after. We all know how that goes. It is what it is, but I'd rather just do touch up, not chase fingers later. Or pick up the heat gun 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. That's just how I roll. That's how I do it. But you'll find your own method, your own way. So this is going to be a reverse roll. I'm going to transfer it over here to the peel board. This is the tint side, so now it's got kind of like the dryer sheet and stuff on it. I'll take a quick second and just wipe that off. How much does play? How much play does the frost lines have when installing a back glass? How much play? I mean, as far as like overlap, I mean, the frost lines aren't an issue if you prep them right. And it slides right into place, and then it'll usually be like about 1/8 of an inch over all the way around when you settle it into place. Jay, I've got a mini torch. It's just weird. That's one method. You've heard right. You've heard some shave them. And what they're doing is they either sand them with like 2,000 grit sandpaper because they're really thick, or they back blade them, which would be probably my preference. They just take a standard blade like this and they scrape them backwards. Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not better than now. I just clean really good, shrink really good, and you shouldn't have an issue. Shouldn't be that big a deal. So I just trimmed this extra liner so it's easier to roll up. Would that affect your installation? Absolutely. If you shave. So if you backblade like I showed you, it's potentially going to make the installation better. But I mean, prep. Some of the worst are like on your Dodge vehicles and stuff. But prep them really well. Use a clay bar, which we'll be using on this, and scrub them down really good. And be sure to shrink. You want to shrink all the film. Otherwise you get little peanuts and puckers, and that's why they backblade those. Okay, let's get this in there. We need this. We'll grab that and this. Grab a couple towels. Big old dash towel. And put our one squeegee down. Get this one. Clean the back glass off. I see a bug right here, so I'm going to swipe that out of there. And a hair right here. So I'm going to get in there and wipe all that out. Get the dryer sheet off so when I get out I can look for anything might have gotten in the way of the film or any fingers that might have popped up. I don't have to clean it afterwards. I'm glad this car's really clean. I like doing, I'm sure anybody does, likes doing cars that are just in really good condition. But you got to take the good with the bad. Hair, 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 hair. All right, I hope this doesn't go crazy dark. Let me look at Facebook. Probably been neglecting everybody. Planes, trains, and automobiles. About to pull one in the bay. James, get it. Charlie, we just tinting, homie, 25 minutes ago. Sorry, bro. It doesn't read your comments into my ear. So I have to just check Facebook. It's about all I can do. So otherwise, I posted the link to the YouTube. You're welcome to go to that, and we can chill, and you can be heard. Otherwise, I'll just keep looking. But James, get it. All right. Let's move these seats a little bit, or at least this one. Move his stuff up to the front. Hopefully this isn't too dark. I tried to adjust it because it was pretty dark. I'm looking. Grab these hairs. Yeah, it's a little dark, and I'm gonna beat the GoPro all over the ceiling. Dang, lots of hair. I'm gonna swipe that bug out of there. Push it down below the deck. There we go. I forgot my clay bar. Clay bar. Highly recommend it. So what I'll usually do first, I'll get my scrubber, give it a big time scrub down. I'm sweating like crazy. All this stuff on your head is hot. Heavy breathing. Hey, and this mic, I've got like some filters on it and it amplifies everything. I'm 41. I'm fat, not out of shape. Go back and look at some of the videos from when I first started posting videos with Tint Depot. Look how much thinner I am. I blame tinting. So the clay bar scrubs these defrosters down really, really, really well, and the tint sticks a lot better. And whatever bits might be around. Beautiful. Squeegee it off. I hope this thing's staying straight. I can't tell. All I know is I'm beating the heck out of this ceiling. We're gonna go roll the film up, then we'll do another spray, squeegee, and we'll stick it. I'm not breathing heavy, you're breathing heavy. Uh-oh, never let your liner roll over. This is the clay bar from Matt. I don't know if I ordered it from Matt or from Tint Depot. The Tint Depot carries them. The clay bar, I think I might have gotten it from Matt's site. Cali roll. Yeah, when it's got those big old headrests, I don't try to fight my long lanky arms over them and stuff. I just unroll it on the back dash and stick it to the glass. Is the view okay, or is the camera up too high, you guys? We're going to set this gently here. I'm gonna don't mind the heavy breathing. I'm not dying. Just old and fat. Always remember, don't let your sprayer hit the carpet or the headliner. All right, get our film roll, a little Cali roll. Oh man, this headgear, I can't reach in. Get out and look. This headgear's screwing with me. We're looking covered. This blanket for it. I love it. I think my slip is too sticky. Oh. I got beating that thing up all over the back deck glass. Let me finish that back glass and I'll put that headgear back on. How's my hair? I can hear everything y'all typing. It just sucks I can't like respond. Hang on. I'm not breathing heavy, you're breathing heavy. Quinn on Facebook said, how often you switch your clay bars? That's the first one I bought 8 months ago. I just rinse and repeat. All right, we're back. Let me get back to some of these. Reverse roll, yes. Kevin is tinting. All right, this blanket fort, that's later. This part where I pray no hair, no hair. Great work, thank you. 15 watching. I am. You have any recommendations for tinting school? Me? Tiny, at this point, I don't really know. There's some good ones out there. Thanks, man. Have fun. There's some good ones out there, no doubt. But definitely do some homework. But I'll be doing some training soon. So if you're still looking at that time, then I'd be glad to help you out. Oh man, this helmet. Crazy, crazy. Oh no, we're good. All right, good deal. Moving right along. Look at the difference, 35, 15. Well. Anybody ever slip on a liner? It will change your life. You will see things flash before your eyes you didn't know possible. Friend stepped on a liner out of work for 6 months. I'm telling you, man, that's no joke. That is no joke. And he was an older guy. That sucks, man. How's it sound? How's that amplified microphone sound when I'm guzzling down water? All right, we're not looking too crazy. Let's get the door panels wiped down, get some special door panel protectors installed. Super secret panel protector material. Tiny, you're gonna throw away a lot of film. So I would suggest going with maybe the mid-grade lines, not the premiums. Save you some money. Go with like the NR Charcoal, which is a great film, by the way, and it shrinks just as good as the premium stuff. You're just not gonna expect it, to last longer than 4 or 5 years. But if you're gonna be throwing a bunch away and doing cheap jobs to get started, man, save the money. Go with the NR Charcoal. When you're ready to start selling it, get into the, got a customer pulling up. Get into the better stuff. Guys, I'm gonna put you on a brief hold. I got somebody at my front door.
Hey, boss man.
What's up, man?
I needed a quote.
What you got?
I have a 91 Civic. It's gonna be a minute before I can do it. I just bought it. I gotta get it running first. It's hydro ball. All kinds of other shit, but I gotta get a really good deal on it. So it's never been since that I know of. Fish bowl, basically. It's just a big catch glass and that's defrosters size.
I'll do it the same way the other one, just unless it's like super clean, don't have very high expectations. It's gotta be as clean as I can make it, you know what I mean?
And I bought it for $1,000. I sold on Saturn, sold it for $800 when we picked this up. I'm not too worried about it. It's gonna be okay because I think it's gas now. So, and I can't be paying $5 a gallon for premium. So,
Whatever, we did 160 on that?
that's what I
We'll do the same. Everybody else is selling 250.
Gotcha. So I was gonna, I actually asked some other people that need some. My brother just bought a CRV. Why don't you quote that? You can charge it whatever. Go here. 03. I think it has tints on there now. I can get him to scrape it off if that's easier for you because he's got some on there now, but it's all gold and peeling and cracked. Just shit. But he needed something to get that put to work. But he wants tint. And you can charge it full price on it. I told him no, unless he was gonna.
I'll put it this way, I would get an extra gallon for you. But if it's the model car that has like the struts and stuff attached to the glass, I'm not touching it. Saves like $2.
No, it's it opens up.
Like doesn't have like struts and
Not
stuff
that I
attached to
know.
the back glass.
Not that I know. I think it just opens up.
It's just glass.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's the case too.
All right, sounds good.
Let me know, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, boss. Sorry guys. I mean, we run a full-time shop here. I'm appointment only, but people still bounce in. That's how it goes. And if they're here to throw stacks of money at me, oh my gosh, I'm so crazy crooked with this. All right, let's see. Which film should I buy? I already got that. Try. Great, a pinch. Okay. I keep a lot of those in stock on hand. Did I finish doing all the doors? I don't know. Let's rewind them. At least the other side. I don't even know what I did the rag. Ah, there it is. Did I change? Oh. GoPro. Well, that's not working either. There we go. How do I get my customers? So I do a lot of marketing on Facebook and it does really well for me. I also do Google. I'll use probably half my budget, no, probably 3/4 of my budget to Facebook ads. and then a quarter of my budget to Google. I do better on Facebook. Not always. I've had some ads that were tankers. It's all about wordplay and selecting the right audience. People got to relate to your ads. And then I will say this, and I'm going to pat my own back for this. I have customers that's known me for 13, 14 years, way back when I first started, and they still send me customers. I'm going to say 50% of my business, no, more than that, probably 60% or better of my business is all referral. So-and-so said you did their car. This guy, I did the 85 C10. If anybody saw that video, a picture. He was super happy, so he sent me this guy. How much money can someone make? How much money can someone make? Yes, word of mouth. I pace myself at my shop. I'm not out trying to make $1 million. So I'm comfortable with 2, maybe 3 cars a day. That's all I really want to do. It pays my bills, pays me a nice salary, allows me and the wife to take a vacation once, twice a year. And we're comfortable. We got a little money, we're stacking money all the time. But I could go hard, like a lot of guys out there, and, you know, work my fingers to the bone every single day to just have a bunch more money. So it's really up to you, man, how much you want to put in it. You definitely can't sit around and wait for the jobs to show up. They might, but it won't be enough to pay your bills, and you'll be hungry. And nobody's going to want to talk to. Nobody's going to want to talk about somebody that's not active in their community and really showing how much they care about their business. Yes, I am solo. How do I do my ads? I'll have to show you if I remember. How do I follow up with older previous customers? Oh, Jaybird, I didn't want to skip that. $1 million last year with Lexan. You, sir, go away. How do you follow up with older previous customers? I use the Facebook appointment app. And I set everybody up through Facebook, and then after a week, and I can set it up for a week, a month, it sends a message to them. Hope you were pleased. Thanks so much for choosing us. You could have chose anybody else, but you chose us. And that's it. Some people message me afterward and say, thanks, it's looking great. Some people actually send me a message way later and just want to let you know the tint looks awesome on my car. And I mean, that's the feel good. And I tell people when they leave, like, hey, reach out to me, let me know how it's going in a month or 2. Get them to send you a pic of their car. It's just engagement. It's your customers engaging with you. Guess I'll go ahead and stick these quarters real quick. Automotive, that's it. I never skip. Little quarters need loving too. Have I thought about hiring? Yes, absolutely. Tint Depot and I had a discussion about that this morning or today, and that's definitely an avenue I want to do. I want to hire somebody. I'm still shaking. I don't know why. We're all friends. Let that sit and tack. We'll go do the other side. Yeah, I want to hire someone. But if they're tinting out of my shop and sending work out the door and my name's on it and my business name's on it, they got to come with a fresh mind. I don't care how they do it, as long as their results meet my expectations. And that's not being hard or anything. I'm not better than anyone. It's just, I mean, my clients are used to a certain way, a certain result when it's done, a certain time. So if you're a good tinter, I'd hire an inexperienced tinter. Absolutely. Train them young. I picked up my first roll of film. What age did I start? I picked up my first roll of film 17 years ago, and I'm 41. So what, 24, 20 something? 23, 24? Good question. Since then, have I seen a... I know there's been improvements with the film, but way early on, I was using a couple different brands. No, I would love to say I've always purchased from them. This is the Swiss Track flooring move. It snaps. So it doesn't move around, but when I'm walking, it's like once every so often you'll hear it kind of like snap, like it's unsnapping and it snaps together. But other than that, it doesn't move. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, professionally installed quarter windows. What's my favorite film TD has? Superior Charcoal and Ceramic Extreme. That's Ceramic Extreme. That's all Superior Charcoal. I do have a little HP down there because I really like the color of the HP. And it installs and shrinks just as good as you'd expect. But it is a metallized film, so there is that small signal risk, which I don't know, I believe really hurts anything, but I would rather not take the risk. Superior Charcoal is global QDP, right? Blink twice if I'm right. If you notice the YouTube channel that I'm on, sir, Mr. Quickshade, I'm not at liberty to discuss any pertinent information, but I will say this. Most films are reboxed. You know that. It's just a pretty name on the outside. What is in the box? That's the hardest part to figure out. I can tell you that what is in a Tint Depot box is really good, really fire, very well known, and probably one of the biggest rebox films out there. Just a little cheaper because you're not buying the marketing. So, Quickshade, welcome. Glad to have you. I don't even know why I just wiped that top edge. I usually do that last. See, I done set my squeegee down with all y'all's chit-chat. I'm gonna get some of that in there and try it out. Man, rock it. And yeah, use friends, families. Once you're ready to get to that point of you're feeling confident, you're ready to sell it, ready to get out in the world and do it, stand behind it, jump in the premium line. Not on newer ones like this. I've never noticed a difference. Used to all the time, but I've never noticed it actually make a difference for me. But if it's like an older car or it's really dusty or something like that, then I do. Use the clay bar. Usually the clay bar is the winner for the back glass always, and I'll use it for windshields. How many cars did it take me before I felt confident? A lot, honestly. I was lucky. I hooked up with a local tinner that started in the 80s at the time, and one of the coolest cats I've ever met, and he took me under his wing. And he gave me a lot of pointers early on, so if it wasn't for that, there wasn't all this online stuff when I started. So I like literally lucked out. I was buying, there was one book available online in PDF format that I bought just to figure out how to shrink tint. A book. There was nothing online. And I found that guy, and from what I understand, he's still tinting, but he's just a really cool guy. Really cool. A book. I know that's kind of foreign language to some people. I'm kidding. or am I? But yeah, a book. And I would go to bed at night and sit there and read said book before I went to sleep. And it had pictures. Okay, I gave myself up. I was looking at the pictures. I wasn't reading nothing. Just to understand what shrinking meant. What does it mean? It was so confusing to me. Yeah, a book, man. Can you believe that? My slip's a little slippy. Yes, yes, a book is what you listen to. Correct. Okay, good. You're not making me feel so old now. Look at that. Come on, guys. Look at that top edge. Machine cut. Crispy. Micro edge. Jaybird, you see that? You see it? Let me get you something you can see it. I don't know if you can or not. What's up? I ain't hand cutting that. That looks perfectly fine. Better than my hand cut. Quick shade. No, it's not FVD. This is film cut from Plotter Depot. Some of the best patterns I've worked with. I've tried FVD. I'm not going to slam them, but I'm not going to use them. Don't like their patterns. They are so hit and miss. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. 85? Good question. I looked up an 85 C10 and it wasn't in there. The FED's letting you down. Zach was telling me some stuff. He was getting pretty irritated with his as well. But yeah, I don't know how old. I know there's a lot of older stuff in there, but it's like spotty, honestly. Look at that 15, boy. Look at that 15. Would you look at it? Just look at it. There we go. Zach said it throws errors on patterns. Yeah, I still have a membership, and I logged into it one day, and it does. Every time you try to open up a pattern, it just yells at you like you know, doing something wrong. It hurt my feelings, so I don't mess with it no more. FED's old. They've been around a while. Top cuts, yes. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. That's why I say film cut. Film cut is in-house designs. So, you know, 2023 Kia comes out. They run down to the dealership. They have some kind of dealer program. They bring it back to their facility. They have a technician tint the windows and do the PPF. And when all the patterns are signed off on and they like them, they load them into the system. So the patterns that you're cutting is literally the pattern that their technician cut on the car. Have they all been perfect? No, I've had brand new cars that I was just kind of like, hey man, what were you thinking, bro? Or it might not have been him. I mean, we got to understand, it could be computer error too. It may have been the scanning process. But you're getting the best patterns, if you ask me. Did I start mobile? So I used to have an automotive shop, and I started tinting and a body shop, and I started tinting out of that shop. And then I did some mobile. Then about 8 years ago, I opened up a tint shop in an area that maybe I just didn't know enough about business itself. Kept it open a year, shut it down, and then just did it out of my garage up until about 2 years ago. And I did a lot out of my garage. And I'd go and help tinters. Like, it was kind of funny. I'd have a lot of tinters hit me up on Facebook and, hey, I'm just getting started in this. I've lined up a couple of jobs. Will you go with me and, you know, do them? We'll split the money. And I'm like, if I'm not doing anything, yeah. God, this 35 is gonna look weird when I put it on here. Poor dude. He wants that legal. He wants that legal on the front. Your wish is my command, sir. Better something than nothing. Oh, it's so clear. Dark but legal. Here it is. Dark but legal. You want that dark but legal? Right on. We're putting it on right now. Look at that line. Look at that line. I ain't cutting that. Tiny 2% carbon shield. Yes, sir. It is a dark film. Dark. Now, out here in my state, it is legal to put any darkness you want on the back of SUVs and trucks, minivans. On a car, it's a little bit different, but on a truck, basically, the way the law is written, you can, I mean, it literally says in the law, any. You can paint it, whatever. So that 2%, I get a lot of people with work trucks. They got tools in the back and vans and stuff. Literally asked me, and I've done it, stack 5%. I don't want people to see in. And I get it. But now, I don't have to stack nothing. I just put that 2% on there. Where am I located? Gainesville, Georgia. Yeah, I am in Gainesville, Georgia. Have I always used a plotter? No, I've been doing this 15 years basically professionally now. And up until, I don't know, about April of last year. So I guess about a year ago when I got my first plotter. So, no, I hand cut for a long time. I did a TikTok once. I was installing 35. And I literally just said in there, here's your crappy legal 35%. And it went nuts. People were actually claiming that I did nothing to the car. They were like, that's nothing. You're literally not putting anything on there. I was like, hey, I got a stack of money we can talk about. What's more efficient, hand cut or pre-cut? Debatable. I think efficient if you're kind of a moving shop and you know you're running cars in and out, maybe got a crew. Plotter. You got somebody knocking it back on the plotter. You got somebody prepping the car, getting it ready. By the time the car's prepped and ready, the tint's weeded and ready to go. Yeah, efficiency, plotter. But like a one-man band like me, only thing I think I gained was my hands don't hurt. See mobile tinters with plotters? Yeah, it's a common thing. A lot of mobile tinters with like the enclosed trailers and stuff. They're running generators and they got plotters. I know mobile tinters that don't use plotters either. They're all hand cut. And a lot of people, and I agree with this, you know, maybe you hand cut all your doors, you know, and then you use your plotter to cut out your quarters and back glass. Why not? No lights needed for the back glass. But if you're super proud of your top cuts or shaving or something like that, then cut your doors. Doors are fast enough to cut. But I would certainly, Tiny, if you're the one asking, I would certainly advise you as a new person, learn hand cutting. Learn it. This is how I feed my family. If that dies because something goes wrong, I keep working. So learn hand cutting. I've got a lot of videos up on my YouTube channel, here on Tint Depot's channel. Got a lot of how-tos. Learn it. It's really not all that hard, honestly. It's just getting used to it that's a little bit difficult. Two more windows. Let's see if anybody's... That line look that good right from film cut. Aaron, yeah, I'm using film cut. So for all the naysayers talking about not having top cuts, I've been preaching film cut produces excellent top cuts. Rewind and look at the two top cuts on both those windows. Could you make a better? Maybe. I've seen hand cut way worse than that, literally. So yeah, Aaron, for real. Tiny, see a few mobile tinters. For door windows, would you suggest a 20-inch roll or 24s? So the only time you really need 24-inch rolls is when you don't really need them, but if you wanted to carry them, like I carry it 20 because I do a lot of trucks. And they work really well. Like some of the later model Dodge and stuff, they're right at 20 inches. So there's like no room for play. And then the F-150 is about a 22 to 22 and a quarter inch tall window. And because you can only shrink film to factory edge, it's easier to use a 24-inch roll, or you take a longer roll that you would use for pretty much anything and turn it sideways, but then you have to shrink to the sides. So that's another thing that's highly debated in the tint world. 36-24, 40-20s, 40-24s, whatever. I mean, for my plotter use, my plotter loves 24s and it loves 40s. So I buy those. And that's how I roll. About to look at another top edge. Are all the top edge perfect? No, I've had some that was just had a little dip in it, and I just thought, what? So if there's, you know, I'll sometimes see if it's got enough to tuck. I might slide it up and then shave it on the inside, but it's just not common. I'm gonna say I would give them a good 95% success rate with their edges, their top edges. Their sides, I very rarely. There are a couple I thought, well, it could be a little deeper. Like this one, I will say, this one, it's really close on this edge, and in the front, it's really close on the front edge. They could have added 1/8 of an inch, but that's not stopping me because it's tucked, it's hidden. But if you were just a tiny bit off with the film, you'd see it. If you're starting out, a 36-inch roll will get you going, and it'll do most of what's out there. If it's trucks, you can split the 36 so you have 18-18, and that'll do most of this stuff. But a truck, you'll want to turn the film sideways. Thank you for the good job, and yeah, man, try it. I mean, seriously, try it. They're not perfect. I don't want to sit here and make anyone believe that I'm saying these top edges are perfect. They're not. What I'm saying is they're so close, it is highly arguable why I would hand cut over these, if that makes sense. Oh, hella tacky too. It's really good adhesive, but then once it breaks free, it wants to move all over the place. So let me line this up. Let me get this real smoosh like. We'll look at it. Whoops. I mean, I'm like micro edging this. I did on the other side anyway, so. Look at that. Can y'all see that? Little tiny 1/16 of an inch right there. Not even 1/16, probably a 32nd. I hope y'all can see that. Man, I could actually bump that out because it's up a little high on the right side. Oh. Look at that edge. Look at that edge. Micro edged all day. All day. The downside, and I will admit this, is unless you've been using the software for a while and you know which are the good and which are the like kind of weird ones, then you don't know till you cut them. So you just got to get creative with when you cut them. You know, hopefully you can. If you put it up there and it's off, slide it up just a little bit, lock it down, shave it off. So learn to shave. That's definitely a help. Not saying you have to, but I'm just saying that's a good way to kind of recover from the pattern. I've done enough of these cars that I've already known that, hey, these are good to go. Doesn't mean they always will be. They could make a change on a pattern, but I haven't seen it yet. I just like not cutting as much. I was a mechanic, as I've said. I was a body shop guy. Did a lot of contract work, so I've always messed with tools and equipment, and it's really hard on your hands. Spent a lot of time. I know it doesn't look like it, but I like in my 20s up till I was about 30. I lived in a gym, so lifting weights, and I put a lot of stress on my hands, so I don't have to do much, and my hands hurt. Is film cut yearly? No, you can do monthly, and I believe it's $85 a month. You can get it offers tint and PPF. I'll go over it if you're still here when I'm done with this car. I'll screen share and show you how easy it is to use. It's pretty much built with production in mind, like to rock and roll and get it done. Do they have good support? They have fantastic support. You have a team of people that you might not talk to them, but they've got technical support. And when I say a team of people, what I mean is when I was dealing with my plotter issue, FED has great support. Yeah, they do. They do. When I was having my plotter issue, and we thought it was a pattern issue, there was like a team of like 5 people working on that. I'm not saying that's going to happen for you, but I'm just saying they were all over it. They don't want to know that their patterns are a problem. They take a lot. When I say a lot of pride in their patterns, and they should, because they're awesome. Uh-oh, forgot my... It logs in when you... Does it have updates, was the question. It logs in when you open the software. It hits the servers immediately and downloads any new programs. Any new patterns. But the software, they do software updates every once in a while too. Not super often. I hear there's a couple things they've got in the works that they're working on, but it automatically checks for any software updates right off the rip, and then every time you open the software, it goes out and looks for any new patterns and adds them to the database. So it's literally just open it and go. For roadside assistance, call 1-800-KIA. Do they send you a thumb drive? Say goodbye to the thumb drive. You know, if you lose that thumb drive, they charge you $300 if you don't send it back to them, if you cancel with them. Anyway, no, it's a download. No thumb drive. Literally, if you wanted it, you could call them, or you can go download it right now, pay for it, and hook your plotter up, and you'll be working in, 15 minutes. So we've seen 3 patterns so far. All of them looking schmick. Let's get this one on. 4 successful patterns installed. And I gotta figure out that Facebook thing. I hate that I'm having to neglect anyone that types anything on Facebook. I have to reach out to Mr. Haas and ask him what he did. Man, it tacks up and then it just starts sliding everywhere. Come on, baby. Check my overlap. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that top gap. Look at that top edge. Can y'all see that? Look at that. Man. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Josh is back. He had to go do some work and ignore me. It's been so quiet in here without you, buddy. I'm just kidding. Welcome back. Go get that money. Please, by all means, set me aside. Make that money. All right. So you've seen it. PC turned off. It's all good, man. All gravy. We're about done here. I plot with 40s and 24s on my plotter. The question was, what size rolls do I use? I can cut on a 36, I can cut on a 20, but my plotter sits really well with 40s and 24s, which I know is a weird combo. But I don't know, man. Waste. That's a good topic. I'll never say don't care about your waste. Obviously, you don't want to be throwing away good money. But what I would say is I've spent so much time trying to figure out how to perfect the waist that it made no sense at the end of the day. Getting famous. Do you need internet to use Film Cut? Yes, it has to have an internet connection. Hope that's not a deal breaker. If it is, I'm sorry. But that's what makes it so available without having to get, you know, a thumb drive and leave a thumb drive in your computer all the time. But I guess the upside to that is you have software availability even if you're offline. But that's where I go back to, I have my hand cutting skills, so if I come in and my internet's down, which that's happened, and it was down for like 3 days, I was irritated, but I hand cut for those 3 days. But that's rare. I mean, I have a pretty good service provider and they're usually their uptime is very good, so that's not a big deal for me. But something to think about, so good question. Back to the waist. If you really wanted to control your waist to the umpteenth degree, I don't see any way you can do it without carrying 18-inch rolls, 20-inch rolls, 24-inch rolls, 22-inch rolls, all the sizes. I'll get to that question in just a second. Just make sure all this is finito. Beautiful. Beautiful. Complete. Do you need internet? Yes, 19 watching, you're getting famous. I know. Hello to everybody who's not chatting. Thank you for joining, supporting, and watching. Really on the internet or just download? Yeah, so with FVD, you don't need the internet because you have all the patterns on that flash drive. Most later model phones let you hotspot from them. Why not? I'd rather waste than have hundreds of thousands worth of inventory staring at me. Yes, exactly. 40s and 24s is what I have on the shelf. Yeah, I waste a little, especially on back windows because it's so much extra on the top. I actually try to cut my quarter windows out of that, but it's it just is what it is. If I throw away $10 off a roll and I don't have, $30,000 in inventory sitting here, I'm happy. That's just me. I'll probably just roll the patterns on trucks, less waste. Yeah, try running off hotspot. Yes, it will work. I'd love to spend 8 hours a day tinting newer Kia Optimas. Hey man, that's the only one I had today. We got some Jags tomorrow and something else. I was late to the party. Is there anything you need to know with the back glass? Robert, it's a good thing you're here. Yeah, that back glass, man. I don't know what we're gonna do. Other than say, ooh, wee. Right, it's already done. Welcome, Robert. Rewind, watch later. I always do. I actually go home. When I get home, I will replay this entire thing. Does speed and force need to be updated depending on the film? So my Superior Charcoal, Tint Depot Superior Charcoal is a 1.5 mil film. I also use their Ceramic Extreme, and their Ceramic Extreme is a 2 mil film, so it's thicker. So yes, I add force down. I don't adjust the blade, but I add force to cut the Ceramic Extreme out. Their Ceramic IR is a 1.5 mil. Plus side, FVD hit it on the mark with a sunstrip for the 12 Ram. Nice. Jaybird, all film difference. Yes, yes. And that, yeah, that applies to, you know, maybe another supplier of film. Like I said, the film that's in this box is pretty widely reboxed, so there's chances that if you've used any film, which I know you're talking about getting into the industry, but for those who don't know, your film plays a part in everything, It's one film is not made like the other. Everything from your slip solution, your install practices, your heating and shrinking, your using a plotter, it all has to be checked independently. We're about at the end, guys. Josh, I'm glad the FED worked out on that strip. That's one thing I gotta say is another heads up. Not many strips. Like this 2020 Kia Optima does not have sun strips or a windshield. Brand new F-150s, they're there. So they're adding them. They're adding them. So if you want to cut your sun strips or risk cutting windshields, not gonna get that out of this. I was looking at the film they have. How does the Carbon Shield compare to the Superior Charcoal if they're similar in price? So the Carbon Shield is an actual nanocarbon film, so it actually adds a little bit of heat blocking. Not as much as a ceramic, but that's why it's not as priced as high as a ceramic. But carbon is a carbon film. It has carbon particles in the product to help block a little heat, about 50% roughly. But yeah, that's the biggest difference. The Superior Charcoal is a dyed material, but it's a really long-term film. What's my go-to? Superior Charcoal Ceramic Extreme, all day. Superior Charcoal is the best. So I have my wife's car, which I drive a lot, and then I have my truck. On my truck, I have the windshield, has ceramic on it. I have Superior Charcoal on the doors and all the back glass. And on my car, I have the ceramic IR, 20% on the doors and the back glass. I haven't done the windshield yet because I'm kind of toying with what ceramic I want to put on it. It's not legal to do here, but we do offer like a 70%, which is practically clear. I don't see any reason to ever get pulled over with it. So I'm thinking about sticking a 70% on it since the wife drives it. So I had 50 on the Kia. I have a Kia Optima actually. And she didn't like the 50 on it. We have a really, really dark road near our house, so. 4:15, how long have we been streaming? Anybody? How long we been streaming? A little over 2 hours. Good deal. Have I seen the IR on the 2% carbon shield? No, I want to put a meter in front of it and try that. 2 hours, 20 minutes. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good stream. I'm glad you guys hung out with me. This was a good stream. Nice and steady. It's more of a chill beat. If you got questions, ask them. I'll try to, as I come more and more and do these, kind of talk my way through what I'm actually doing. And if you just want to hang in the background and watch, by all means. If you got questions, don't be afraid to ask. Happy to answer them. We got our regulars, Jay Bird, Joshua, they're good people, Zach, Robert. You can ask them stuff. They're really smart, really good guys. Spec on the site says 62. Awesome. Robert, man, if you go back at some of my lives, I'm all the time like, oh man, I'm going to start doing this more often. And it's just technical difficulty after technical difficulty after technical difficulty between computer problems, GoPro problems. But I think I've got everything panned out. I was live a few days ago, live today, going to try to do a live tomorrow. I got lots on the schedule for next week so we can get a couple lives out. I'm going to bounce between my personal home, my personal channel. I have people that's following me there that keeps growing, so I'm gonna be there once in a while, and I'm gonna be here on Tint Depot. So make sure to subscribe and hit the alerts on both On Point Pro Styles as well as Tint Depot. So till the next one, guys, I'm gonna end this one. I'm gonna clean this car up. Custy's gonna be here in about 15 minutes, and then I'm done for the day. Got some buttoning up to do, and then I'm out of here. And maybe we'll see you guys tomorrow. I would say later in the afternoon. I wouldn't go live with the first Jag, but maybe the second Jag. We'll see if I have time. It's a cram day. There's a lot to do to get this going, so a lot. So anyways, if I don't see you guys tomorrow, those that knew me on Facebook, message me, let me know how things are going. Otherwise, we will see you next week. TintDepot.com, all the tint tools you need. Check them out. If you want to check out plotters and the film cut software I'm using, go to plotterdepot.com. Josh, see you, buddy. Robert, see you. Tiny, you're more than welcome. Join us on the next one, boss. Zach, all the rest of you guys that were in here, if I'm missing any names, I appreciate you hanging out. This is fun. It's nerve-wracking at first for me, but you guys chit-chatting with me really helped calm my nerves, so we're just going to keep at it. So either we'll see you tomorrow or have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.